Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you for informing me. So,
Ma'am,
all
can you
these slides
please
were not
list
visible
those
to you.
steps?
The leaky gut.
No, ma'am, I thought it was stuck only for me because of some issue, but I think it is the same for everybody.
Oh, I think there might be some issue with the team because I was not. I play the slideshow, so I am not able to see what is visible to all of you. So, thanks for informing me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I was talking about the lactobacillus and the bifidobacterium that can synthesize the gamma aminobutyric acid, which is a neurotransmitter. So GABA is an important neurotransmitter. What kind of neurotransmitter it is? It is an inhibitory neurotransmitter. So it is essential for regulating the neuron excitation, and it also reduces the nerve signals and promote the relaxation, and also it promotes the sleep. So GABA's inhibitory function is achieved through its interaction with the receptor. Now, this lactobacillus and bifidobacterium synthesizes what? GABA, which is a inhibitory neurotransmitter. So it has a role in the inhibitory pathway in the brain. And also the Oxalibacter and the lactobacillus produce serotonin, which is again an it is again an what? It is a neurotransmitter that will promote the tryptophan synthase gene expression. And other bacteria like Lactobacillus plantarum, Enterococcus, Morganella, and Streptococcus, Klebsiella, and E. coli are also capable of producing serotonin. So, every bacteria is capable of synthesizing neurotransmitter. So, you can see they plays a crucial role into what? Into different functioning of the brain. So, serotonin is also a neurotransmitter which plays a crucial role in different body functions, like they regulate our mood, sleep, hunger, appetite, and digestion. So it is also involved in sensing pain and body's temperature. So it is a neurotransmitter which is also involved in the blood clotting and bone health formation. So it has multiple role. So our whole gut microbiome biome microorganism like lactobacillus, enterococcus, streptococcus, klebsiella, E. coli have the capability to synthesize what? They can synthesize different neurotransmitter, either the inhibitory one or the stimulating one, stimulating or the excite excitatory. So through this, they are able to manage and influence our brain. Now, this one is an important part which you have to study. The gut microbial composition and metabolites linked with different psychiatric disorder. Is it visible? Table is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So these are the psychiatric disorders which can take place in your body if your gut microbiome is poor, like microbiota gut brain axis MGB. So what kind of disease we can expect? Depression, major depressive disorder. Like we only know about, we simply call depression, stress, anxiety, but psychiatrically we have categories in that too. Like in depression also there is a category like major depressive disorder, autism spectrum disorder, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder like OCD. I have this OCD, like I have so many kind of OCDs. Like I want to a little example. I always prefer to put all the things on its correct place. Whenever I put anything from kitchen or from table, Despite having so much of tiredness, I will put it there and then only I will come to my bed. So there are so many different kind of OCDs nowadays in people. So all these things are psychiatric disorders. The depression, major depressive disorder, in this you can see this is elevated bacteria. Like all these column, the bacteria mentioned in this column will be in an increased amount, and the bacteria mentioned in the third column will be in the decreased amount. So you can see in the depression and specifically major depressive disorder, Oxalibacter and Klebsiella and all those mentioned bacteria will be Clostridium, Atopivium, Agarthella, Streptococcus, Flavinifactor, not Flavinifactor, all these things will be increased in your gut microbiome. And which bacteria will be decreased? Bifidobacterium will be decreased, E. coli upon Shigella, Rhuminococcus, Faecalibacterium, Dilister, all these will be in a decreased amount. And what will be the neurotransmitter and metabolite during this MDD? Short chain fatty acid, catecholamine, gamma, histamine, and tryptophan. So all these things will be released. Now, if you are having bipolar disorder, which is very common, so you can expect these bacteria in an increased amount. In this, you can see lactobacillus, bifidobacterium, all these things will be increased. Which bacteria population will be decreased? Coprococcus, Ruminococcus, Enterobacteriaceae, Bifidobacteria. So all these will be in an now you can see some bacteria will be here also and some bacteria will be here also. This is why this contradictory result. This is related to person to person. Like in one patient, it was observed that its concentration is increased. In the another person, it is observed that its concentration is decreased. So all it depends on the uh, diagnostic tool also. So you can see some common bacteria will be here also and here also. Now, what are the different neurotransmitter and metabolites? So L-glutamate, serotonin, again GABA, acetylcholine, norepinephrine. So all these things will be released in the bipolar disorder. Now, autism spectrum disorder. So in this also you have mentioned different kind of bacteria which will be increased and bacteria which will be decreased, and the type of neurotransmitter and the metabolites synthesized. So you can see and you can read it. I will not explain this in much because we don't have time now. Now come to this point. So you can see the role of gut microbiota in anxiety depression thing, like what is happening inside our nervous system. So diet, genetics, antibiotics, and the environment influences the what? Influences our gut microbiome. It will alter the gut microbiome. So if our gut microbiome is somehow altered by these means like diet issue, it is by birth or genetically you have altered microbiome, and if you are on a drug for prolonged years, so then also you will be having an altered microbiome. So the gut microbes will produce neurotransmitters like serotonin, short chain fatty acid, GABA, non-adrenaline, likewise. So what it will do, it will bind to the intestinal epithelial cells, and also then it will start releasing the, because our intestine is directly what axis, the intestine and the immune axis, gut immune axis. So it will directly release inflammatory cytokinin, and then it will be sensed by whom? It will be sensed by the B cell. In our B cells, plasma cells and effector cell, then plasma cell will start synthesizing antibodies. Then again an inflammation will be started. So this can be like this also, or even the overactivation of hypothalamic pituitary axis, then different corticotropin releasing hormone will be increased, and then also the same pathway. Either you will come through this or this. Ultimately, your body is producing cytokines, which is the mediator of all the inflammatory responses in your body. So this is the how this diagram shows that how your gut microbiota will influence your gut microbiome, brain axis, and how it can influence your mental health. So through different mediators, like they synthesize different neurotransmitters. Now, which of the following short chain fatty acid is most abundantly produced by gut microbiota and which also supports the colon health? Lactic acid, butyrates, citric acid, acetone. Which of the following short chain fatty acid is most abundantly produced by the gut microbiota?
Butyrate.
Yes, butyrate. Right answer. Butyrate will be synthesized. So it is the short chain fatty acid produced by the microbial fermentation of dietary fibers in the colon, and it serves as the primary energy source for the colonocytes, and it also helps to maintain the intestinal barrier integrity and reduce the inflammation, because it will make the intestine intact. It will not let it perforate, so that inflammatory mediators will be released. Now, next question. A healthy gut barrier prevents vitamin synthesis, water absorption, nutrient transport, or translocation of harmful pathogen and toxins.
Translocation of harmful pathogens.
Yes, right. So a strong intestinal barrier prevents harmful microbe and toxins from crossing into the bloodstream. Disruption of this barrier, leaky gut, which we have studied just now, leaky gut condition will be occurred. Now, come to that slide. So we have finished this. We are on this. We'll study more about this gut-brain axis thing. And then an important part, this one, the microbiota role in immunity and inflammation, how inflammation occurs, how the inflammatory cytokine release, if our microbiome is somehow disbalanced. So we will study in the next class. So this is all about